Hello and welcome in. I'm the coach and you're watching Madden Ultimate Team. We've been waiting for this one all week and the wait is now over. It's time to play ball.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway in Southern California. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League in his third season now from Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And what a sophomore season he had for the Cardinals. Pretty much swept every major quarterback award, including the Heisman. And we spend a lot of time talking about his legs. Formidable. He can run the ball like few others, but the key to everything for him is ability to be accurate from the pocket. The officials did as well.
Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. On the handoff, it's Gurley. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So that one will get them halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. Jackson now. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the reigning Super Bowl MVP in his 4th year now. It's Patrick Mahomes.
We know the arm strength is certainly there. He's got a big-time cannon for an arm, and that's not a surprise. He's the son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team towards the playoffs?
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, he almost picked him. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The L.A. Chargers now 1-3 on the season, a third straight loss. They fall 38-31 week 4 to Tom Brady and the Bucs. And a very intriguing quarterback matchup. Charles, you were there for it, but the 22-year-old rookie Justin Herbert, third career start, taking on the 43-year-old Tom Brady, who had beaten the Chargers 8 straight times from back in his New England days.
Yeah, and the youngster went toe-to-toe with the old man for a while, that's for sure. And in fact, kind of reminded us of a young Tom Brady in his poise and the way he threw the ball downfield. At one point, he had the Chargers in front 24-7 before Brady rallied the Bucs back for a big win. So I got to tell you, this young guy, I am super impressed with him. Poise, confidence, elite arm, athleticism, competitiveness. He's got it all. And I think that the Chargers are going to continue to build with him. They'd like to do it getting some wins, though, because now they go to New Orleans for a Monday night game, and then they're home against the Jets.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Over first and 10 at their own 20-yard.
Denver Broncos coming out here on offense again, Charles, and they got into the win column for the first time week 4, 37-28, the Thursday night road win against the struggling Jets. And the Broncos used their third quarterback this season. Remember, Drew Lock out with a shoulder injury. Jeff Driscoll played weeks 2 and 3, largely ineffective. So enter undrafted Brett Rippon, nephew of Super Bowl MVP Mark Rippon. He made his first NFL start. And despite some lapses, namely 3 interceptions, he did enough to get the Broncos that first win. So now the question, is this a turnaround point, or is this team largely still in some trouble?
Well, I think this team is largely still in some trouble because, remember, they beat a Jets team who hadn't won a game. So it's not like they went out and really proved a whole lot, but they'll take the win and move on. Now, if they get Drew Lock back at full strength, that'd be huge for them. With the loss of Cortland Sutton, their star wide receiver, Von Miller, their star pass rusher, it really weakens that team. And yes, Brett Rippon did some good things. We'll have to see if he can continue it long term. The one thing he did, though, he took care of the family. His uncle Mark Rippon never beat the Jets when he was in the NFL.
Oh, that's a good nugget, CD. By the way, the upcoming schedule, they're at New England, then home for Miami and home against Kansas City. So a couple of tough games coming up. We're scoreless after 1. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Mahomes, and it's complete. Henry, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And this complete to Henry over the middle. 7 yards, the pick up there.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Mahomes firing complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
16 yards.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
First down, Mahomes into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jerry Rice. 79 yards. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
CD, I want to sneak in a little NFC East talk here. I don't know what to make of this division. Through 4 weeks, they are a combined 3-12-1. The Eagles will actually be the division champs right now at 1-2-1. Washington and Dallas 1-3. The Giants certainly not out of it, even though, CD, they're 0-4 right now.
Yeah, this is unbelievable when you think about it. If we were talking soccer, we'd be be talking relegation, wouldn't we? Would this division even exist next year? But there is potential there. The Eagles came alive with a big win on Sunday Night Football, beating San Francisco in San Francisco. Washington, they're trying to hang in there. Dwayne Haskins has to play better. Dallas should be the team. They've got to fix their defense. And the Giants, they may be 0-4. They're going to fight hard, but I don't think they're contenders in this division.
Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Breaks a tackle. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after we now proceed to the start of the second half. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double team at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And it's third down.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
He was brought down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
They'll try and run it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Will fire this deep for Ayuk. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. They'll have a first down and more past the 20. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Todd Gurley, 91 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. And some room to run now. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Chargers. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Butker now to add the extra point. It is now 21-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. Early with a little bit of an opening there as he's able to get 5 on 1st down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Broncos nothing.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's going to get stepped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
3rd and 4.
Play action. It's Jackson. That will be incomplete. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And he's taken down inside the 30. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And and I think their philosophy is we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his throw here is incomplete.
Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Ryan Allen now, as he's on to punt for Denver. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, fighting off the defender. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in the Charger drive. About this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for Charles Davis, the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.